The Zoe What Morning Show back in the building. Zoe Williams. You already... Hey, hold on. I can't listen to this one. And hold on. Let me turn this one off.
Is this mic hot?
You good, Bobby? They got you. Let me see, Bobby. Shit. God damn, Bobby. Now you on.
Okay. That's why I check it with that.
Bobby said, this thing, check it before we go on the air, Bobby. You did that on purpose.
No, I would never look foolish on purpose, man. I do that enough.
No, you're making me look foolish on purpose by asking if the thing's on, knowing they should have took care of you before we went on.
Well, meanwhile, we live.
We live, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, countdown. The year's almost over. And I would hope for many of you that the fuck shit would almost be over. How in ever the fuck shit shall prevail. It's gonna keep happening. Hey, I'm in the building. I got my brother Dom.
Yeah.
And, you gotta talk on the mic, Dom.
Yes, sir.
And I got my brother Bobby. Bobby is my uncle. My uncle. Bobby runs in and hangs out with my real uncles. So Bobby's a real uncle.
Yeah.
The next thing I'm going to see is Bobby at the 4th of July barbecue. Drunk as fuck with my uncles. Because they be getting drunk. They going to make you get drunk, Bobby?
No, they can't.
They're going to make you get drunk.
No. Not at this stage.
Bobby.
Sobriety is the new buzzword.
Okay, Bobby, you going to go over there. They're going to be eating barbecue. You going to see what it is to drink. They're going to be like, no, he can't not have a drink. Nephew, go get that boy. And then they go, I'm telling you, Bobby.
Unless they barbecuing broccoli, I don't see how that's going to happen.
All right, Bobby. If you hang with my uncles, you're going to be drunk, Bobby. I'm just going to have to drive you home.
I'm going to act drunk.
Oh, that's good. Act drunk.
Yeah.
You might be able to fool these drunk niggas.
It ain't that much difference between that, me sober and
all right, so you already know what it is. We have to. What up, DK? Come here.
I look crazy.
Yeah, you look crazy. You shouldn't have looked crazy looking around that door. Motherfucker looked around. Did you see the nigga look around? DK, what are you doing here so early?
I was going in here to talk to you.
Oh, you finna cuss people out?
No.
You balling?
No.
You work your contract out. Get your money. Listen, I want a bowl of M&Ms. I just want the brown M&Ms.
I gotta get my right.
I want marshmallows. All right, so look, you already know what it is. Before we get this thing started, I've got to promote black-owned businesses. Bit of bad news today. Total Package Energy had the worst year they've had in the last 7 years, or the worst month that they've had. Since they locked up with us 7 years ago. You know, and I get it. Did y'all see the gas prices spike back? I mean, back up to where they were. Did you see that, Bobby?
What do you mean see it? I went through the pain of pulling in the
tank.
Yeah, and said, wait a minute, hold on, man.
My motorcycle looks better.
Yeah, it does. It
Man,
really
fuck
do.
that little motorized bicycle, nigga.
Everybody can't be in a motherfucking Mercedes.
But it's not just as simple
truck.
as the
I'm not in a Mercedes truck. I
You
wish.
Everybody can't be in the Rolls truck.
I wish.
You leave the gas and you go to the grocery store and they got some bad news for you over there too. So the amount of money that was disposable income now goes straight into from point A to point B.
Got it. So I encourage everybody to support Total Package Energy. The brother came down here a couple of weeks ago. Again, it's a very good product. It's a very good brand. And at the end of the day, it's a black-owned business out of Oakland, California. And I would love for you guys to support their brand, especially if you're supporting similar brands that are not created by your folk. So You know what I'm saying? If you supporting brands that make others wealthy, why not just recycle your bread back into the black community? Total Package Energy is a 100% black-owned business. Please go to totalpackageenergy.com. Now, I'm going to say this. Barring this half bag of He is Risen, I have one more bag.
Shit is moving.
No, these are moving. Okay. And what's happening, because y'all tripping, for the most, y'all should have bought all of these. But what's happening is the word is getting out, and there's a Nino Brown kind of vibe happening
You out
around.
here in these streets.
That's what I'm saying, and I don't want to be hand to hand, and it's starting to feel
That
real.
shit look hilarious.
I'm saying it's starting to feel real.
You got that?
Yo, son. You know, it's starting to feel real hoodish. You know, these are herbs, ladies and gentlemen. This is not dope. This is the green pill. Okay? And I was in the motherfucking lounge yesterday. Dude had on one of them Zorro hats. He said, brother, I'm down to one. I said, what do you mean, one? He's one pill. I've been taking them every other day.
Yeah.
You told me to get it into my system.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that. And apparently the shit for them, see, because you don't know the level of somebody's toxicity. Yeah. You don't know how it's going to filter through their body, but it's working.
Yeah.
So the brother hit me for another. He was like, I got the cash. I said, don't do cash. Cash at me. Don't do it. I don't want to feel like a dope dealer, man.
It's the new era.
He is risen. And I don't want to say it's an ED pill. What do you call it, Bobby?
Help.
It's a help pill. It helps.
You know you need help. The motherfuckers be out there acting like they don't need you. This is help. Do you understand? This is help in a bottle. You feel?
More importantly, without the side effects.
Without the side effects, all herbs, he is risen. Help could be on the way. So this is how you do it. All you got to do is put in my Cash App. All right? $, Zo, Z-O, what, W-H-A-T, Netter, N-E-T-E-R. Zo what Netter, $, Zo what Netter. You put that up, you send me $71. 11 of that is for priority mail. I will ship it out tomorrow. Tomorrow is my mailing day. You want your He is Risen shipped out tomorrow? A lot of people try to wait till Wednesday and Thursday. Those packages wait until the following Tuesday. Yeah. You guys want it? Somebody called it virility assistance. Yes, D-maintenance.
Yeah. The help you need.
The help you need. I'm going to tell you right now, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Also, if it ain't real.
It ain't Bill.
If it ain't real.
It ain't Bill.
Do you know Beal Sauce just won $50,000 from some business pitch competition?
Oh, shit.
Congratulations.
Beal Sauce is, listen, Beal Sauce, let me say it another way. Beal Sauce is a real sauce.
Another one. Bomb.
People don't understand. Beal Sauce is a real hot sauce, and it's happening. Why not be a part of its ascension? You can do that by supporting it. So everybody should go out and get at least a case of Beal Sauce. If it ain't Beal,
it ain't real.
You dig? So continue to support. And everybody in here, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Also, Kevin and I'm going to be mad because I brought
Oh, Shepherds? Did it start with Shepherd?
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, nigga. Don't
The
say nothing.
Shepherd Sweets.
Lock the door. Lock the door.
She like got new Halloween packaging. This is the toffee that they've been.
The fat man in me.
Yeah, this is the fat man snack. Okay? Now, she made all of this for kids, clearly. You know, but if you go to shepherdsSweets.com, I think that boo is green, but it's showing up as black. All I'm saying is this is the crack candy. The toffee, all that. All right? Now, when Kev and them get here,
What you mean when they get here? The door locked, my nigga.
well, what I'm saying is just don't say nothing.
Nothing. Fat man in me.
Just don't say
I've
nothing.
actually lost 5 pounds just so y'all niggas get the fuck up off me.
Well, I'm glad you
In the
lost
name
some
of Bobby
weight, man.
Glenn Smith.
Please go to
Lost.
shepherdsSweets.com, shepherdsSweets.com. Get there right now. Also, Kimba Fit. Yes, please support Kimba Fit, CPT.com. This is a young brother. He's out of Boston, man. Young cat. I see Charles. Hey, man, I'm going to have that out to you ASAP. Remember, once you send the bread to my Cash App, email me your mailing address, your accurate mailing address, the accurate address, your real address. VOR106@gmail.com. All right? I'm telling you, these are about to be gone. And you know what that means? Let me just go back for 1 second. I had a conversation with Russell. They making a whole new batch. But you know Russell better than I know Russell. They like to tweak it and make it stronger.
And that one comes with a disclaimer.
The turn up.
All I know is this, first off, this shit here this is different. It's different. Just take my word for it. It's different, fam. But that other shit, he was like, you know, we got 9, 12 different formulas in there. What?
The other one is DOD.
Oh, no, he gave me something else called ATD.
Well,
What is DOD?
dick on demand.
See now. Be careful. Be careful with these pills now.
He gave me a
That's
bottle
what I call it.
of liquid.
Yeah.
He gave me a bottle of liquid.
Yeah.
ATD.
A lot of acronyms.
Awake the dead.
I don't even know if I like that. That sound. I'm already alive.
Well,
Well, you kind of alive. Anyway, please continue to support this brand. He is risen. Send me the Cash App, all right? Cash App me $71, $Zo-What-Netter. Then send me your email address at VOR106@gmail.com. I will ship it off to you. Back to Kimba Fit, CPT, certified personal trainer. Out of, somebody said, Zo, email again.
Zo-What-Netter.
VOR106 at gmail.com. VOR106 at gmail.com. Okay? Kimba Fit, man. This dude is in his 20s. I want to see this dude win. If you're in the Northeast area, or if you would like to schedule like a Zoom or online fitness regimen, this is the young man to do it. That's another thing about what they call self-care. You gotta exercise. And that's one thing Bobby inspired me by getting me out there to play hoop. I hadn't played hoop in years. And Bobby just talked so much shit. And then I couldn't believe how active and athletic and spry. I only knew Bobby from smoking cigarettes, and that motherfucker got out there and ran me around that. When it was done, Bobby will tell you,
it ain't over.
I was over there bent over, man. Bobby. So again, taking care of yourself is a big part of it. I really would like for you guys to go check out KembaFitCPT.com. And even if you're just checking out the website, just check it out. Go support what the guy is doing. Now understand this, 50% off with my little code. All right? Select one of the workout programs, click in services listed on the website, and tap in So what? 50% off. What is that beeping? Are we on an elevator in this motherfucker?
About to take off?
This is a flight or some shit, like, bong, like a stewardess is gonna walk in this. Come on, man. All right. Back to it. Everything's promoted. Oh, one last thing, my books. Hey, go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. October 5th is the year anniversary since this book was released.
Happy early anniversary, bro.
Man, can y'all show your love? Go to my website, theshroudedlighthouse.com, and support this book. Make it a whole package deal. Get you some He Is Risen. And read the book, all right?
Read the book tour after you've risen.
What, that beeping is crazy. All right, here we go. Let's get into today's topics. Now, here we go. New corona subvariant. This is what they call it, Bobby. BA.275.2 tops concerns as officials gear up for potential winter wave. Now remember, anytime a standing president comes out and says something like, the war's over, that bitch be right back 2 weeks later. The war be right back strong. Remember Bush came out and said the war's over when he talked about Iraq? Wasn't over, right? Biden has just come out and said the pandemic is over. But now we're about to see, as officials in California and beyond try to assess how severe a fall and winter coronavirus wave may be. One factor is the growth of several new subvariants now emerging. It's too soon to say whether any of the newer variants will raise to the prominence in ways that Omicron or Delta did. In other words, they could be low-key strains, but they're saying some new strains is on the way, Bobby. Bobby, is this coronavirus situation over or no?
No, it's not over. They're getting ready, I think, to move into the next profit phase of it because it's been their pattern to scare people into making decisions that lead them to another supplement to an already full medicine cabinet. And this time they're going to start probably attaching a price to it. You know, the first wave was on the federal government, which still was your money, but this time it'll be a more direct assault at your bank account. And long term, you're going to experience some new side effects that will accompany these experiments with the human body.
So we had 9/11 20-some years ago. This is your yearly 9/11. 9/11 don't stop now. They perfected it.
Wait, hold this thought. There goes Chef. I put them, first off, I forgot a couple of people because I was trying to get the community empowerment segment over. I forgot to tell people about Jazzmatics.
Hey, you did the thing with Jazzmatics, but thank you all, like I keep saying, the whole Zowat family for pushing
And
it.
I have it right here at the top. Chef Kate. I talked to Chef Kate and her dude the other day. They are putting together a menu for me. I want you guys to check out www.cakes2go.com and check out her IG at ChefKG911. I had to do that, man. I had meant to do that. I forgot to mention the Dina Collective album. Please go support the Dina Collective album. It's on all streaming platforms. Please, again, Jazzmatics on all streaming platforms. And there goes Chef Kate. Thank you, Chef Kate. We appreciate the love and the support. Now, back to what you were saying.
It's the new 9/11, bro. But it's not one event. It's not a shock and awe on one day. This is your yearly 9/11, your infinite terrorist. Your terrorist that we can re-up.
Oh, wait. Okay. Typically, shit that scare you isn't real. But we have to factor in another layer here. And for me, that layer is population control. And I believe that population control is real.
Yes, sir.
And I think when you're dealing with something real like population control, and you guys can check me on this, I think you have to be clandestine, and the way you present it has to have marketing and PR and promotion, and it got to look real slick, and it has to look like something you would. What did they say about the apple in the Bible? They said the apple made one desirous to want to eat it. Like, it got to look like something we want to participate in. I think when you're dealing with population control, that's an element where it can't look obvious, but even though you guys have labeled it as a scare tactic. Is it a scare-demic?
As you know, more than one thing can be true at the same time.
Right.
So it is definitely a scare tactic, and it is a real thing out there. At the same time, it's been developed to shock and awe you, to keep your mind and spirit in check, to keep you checking for the next.
Is it more about shock and awe, or is it more about killing your ass dead?
That part.
Bobby?
That's a tough question because we become so preoccupied with if it's this or that. To the extent where it's hard to contain yourself to the point where you can decide what's best for you, because you're constantly at that stage where they put these other restrictions on you in terms of your ability to move around, and they tell you 6 feet apart and all that, and you get no information about developing an immune system that will thrive in the face of all of these challenges. And that's the part that bothers me the most, is people don't have the ability to get to the information that gives them the best chance to survive whatever attacks there might be from germs or whatever they call them. And that's the thing that I'm most concerned about, is people don't get the opportunity to learn about how the body works.
Well, the confusion would be a part of the Inception. You know, that movie Inception, it had mad layers. You go down, you go down. The confusion is one of the top layers. Like, I got you fucked up. Like, you have no idea what's up or down, left or right. You good now. Because I got all the hermetic principles in my head. I know what's going on, but you confused like a motherfucker. I need the masses like that, don't I?
Well, it works. It has worked, and it will continue to work. And I'm one of the people that feels real simply about, does this make sense, and can I relate to it based upon how I feel? And before I was exposed to the information between Brother Adonijah, who deals with the food side of the game primarily.
Growing it.
Yes, and introducing me to Kangen water years ago, and people were like, man, water's just water. And I believe that up until the point where I tried the water and kept drinking. I've been drinking the water about 15 years now, and I'm the only person other than my nephew in Tennessee and my immediate family that's not on some kind of medication.
Wow. Okay.
So I just look at the outcome.
Results.
Okay. Yeah. And then meeting Dr. Russell took me to a whole nother
That's
level.
a different level
Okay.
altogether.
But you have to accept-
RussellHerbals.com.
You have to accept some new realities, because what is at one point an inconvenience is what changes your life in a favorable way. And what I'm getting at is this. You got to go to the bathroom a lot. And for whatever reasons,
Jeez.
over generations, we got to the point where we wanted to use the bathroom when we wanted to use the bathroom.
Less and less.
And the problem with that is you messing up the cycle inside of your body, because when you consume food, whatever food it is, it's either going to turn into something positive in your body as far as energy and sustenance is concerned, or it's waste. And if it's waste and it remains in your body, you got some complications that they're going to feed you medication that initially is going to cause even more problems, because most people are dealing with constipation. And
So
what do
this-
they give you for that?
This reminds me of a childhood friend of mine. He wasn't a child. He was a bit older. He was a part of our production team. And I ain't going to say his name because he'll be butthurt. He'll be mad if I said it. What is the flakiest pastry? You know that pastry is brown, but it's flaky than a motherfucker, boy.
Croissant?
A croissant?
Crepe
A
croissant.
croissant is one. It's another one though. Baklava.
Baklava.
You know that flaky shit. It's just flaky than a motherfucker.
Delicious to the motherfucker.
I'm in high school. This dude's like 25, and I noticed this dude was a mama boy.
Okay.
Just pampered.
Yeah.
That was her baby.
Yeah.
This nigga never drank water. You met him, nigga never drank water. Ever. Only drank Coca-Colas. And when I tell you, the skin was like croissant baklava.
If you don't knock it off.
It was, you just be like,
Croissant baklava.
no, I'm just, but to illustrate what Bobby is saying, I'm not trying to be, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
his shit was, it was pastry face.
The man was French.
And I used to look at the nigga, I'd be like, the fuck? But I think years later, he had some complications from that.
But of course.
Wasn't that many years
Because
later?
at that time, he's in his 20s. The rest of us are getting ready to graduate high school. We're in our teens. But that nigga I never, ever seen that nigga take a sip of water.
Wow.
Ever.
No, that's a problem.
So when you talk about flushing out the body and flushing the organs and detoxing the organs, I didn't even know detoxing the organs was a thing. I heard you just detox your intestines. Talking to Dr. Russell, man, you detox every fucking system, every organ you detox. So I saw the brother, man. I said, well, God damn, this patchy shit. I mean, patches. He had the whole calico skin situation.
And that was just the outer problem. With the internal problem,
Right.
is
Just
a whole
imagine.
nother bag, man, because that diabetes, man, is a wicked thing, man, when you have to start
Killed my mama.
losing. losing limbs and stuff, man. And I've seen that in my family, and it's devastating to watch somebody just literally fall apart, from the inside.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Why is it our people be the most reluctant to do what's best for them, Bobby? Why?
It's real simple, man. When you inundate people with a perception that you can do what you want to do without any consequence, they don't show the aftermath of that. All right, they don't show that person who at one point in their life was winning the battle of the bulge. All right, they don't show them when they done put on 150 pounds. They can't get in any of their clothes. They start breaking down to the point where they have many, many issues, physical issues. All right, and I don't like to try to scare people into wellness, but the truth of the matter is, you really don't want to end up having accumulated a certain amount of wealth and then give it all back to the complications that are going on in your body. And that's what generally happens, man. People, the number one thing that impoverishes folks that had money is a catastrophic illness that was preventable. But you have to make these choices. Do I want to eat to live, or do I want to live to eat?
That's 100%.
That's about
Get
right.
well or go to hell. Because when you get sick,
That's a word.
you're going to go to hell.
That's hell on earth, man.
That's hell on earth. Man, can you imagine walking in and seeing your mama under the bed and couldn't get up, having a diabetic motherfucking episode? Like, that's hell. And then you got to get in there, get her up, get her back to where she need to be, and that's hell. Oh, yeah, and that hell is waiting on a lot of motherfuckers.
Well, and it spreads. In other words, if you have to care for somebody that's falling apart, it has an effect on you that you can't even get ready for. I know firsthand what I'm talking about.
No, that's 100%.
Terrible.
No, I know you do, Bobby. Bobby be in Murfreesboro. More than he be in L.A., goddamn.
And it's not nice, man, when you're dealing with the fact that you have to fight people to get them to understand that, look, it's not just affecting you. It's affecting everybody around you when sickness sets in like that.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, because the caregiver needs some care too.
Yeah.
And oftentimes the caregiver ain't got the clock because they own the clock. They don't have a personal clock.
Right.
So you got to remember that aspect too. Let me just say this, man. You guys are doing a wonderful job hitting the super chat, showing your love and appreciation for the show. You do know, family, that now you can become a member. The way we got it set up is you hit the join button when you're giving your super chats. Hustle, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. You'll see our members are the ones that have a star and their name is green. You can become a member of this channel. We got it set up at 3 tiers. First cousins, niggas that are our friends. We're not just family, we friends. We first cousins. I know you got some tight ass first cousins. You from Murfreesboro? Yeah. You got some first cousins that's like best friends.
I am with my brother. Well, used to be my brother, but that's another episode. So you're right. First cousins sometimes tend to be closer than brothers.
Hell yeah. I got a first cousin. I got several first cousins. But I got a first guy. I shot this nigga out right now. His name is Craig. Me and Craig, boy. You understand? But Craig and my oldest brother, or second oldest brother, them motherfuckers is tight. Cousins, man. We got our membership set up as cousins. Become a first cousin, a second cousin, or a third cousin. Now, first cousins is friends. Second cousin is COS.
Family reunion.
Family reunion, some shit like that. I don't know. You can fuck second cousins. You know that, right? Bobby, don't act like you ain't fucking
no. Hell no. 30? No.
Bobby!
We
from the South, man.
Murfreesboro?
Kissing cousins, man. We done kissed on a cousin.
it turned out bad on my side of town, man.
Monarchy side of the game.
No, because in my era, though, you know, it didn't really. Sometimes the line got really blurred between first and second and third, because we was all together so much.
Third is far the fuck away.
Not where I'm from. It ain't.
A third cousin?
No.
Man, a third cousin is. We barely got any blood together, honey.
No, it's more blood than you want to admit, you know. And I'm just saying, man.
Bobby said that's more blood than you want to admit.
It is, man. 'Cause I look. Sometimes you watch the generation, and you'll see relations where they look more like brothers than the brothers and brothers do. Third cousins.
No, my second oldest brother and my first cousin, them motherfuckers look like brothers.
That's all I'm saying, man. Yeah.
That's because my first cousin's mama and my mama married brothers.
Okay, that'll do it.
So them motherfuckers is like this.
Yeah.
Come on, boy, we country over here, goddammit. I don't give a fuck we in South Central, we country, man.
As I can be, yeah.
So, again, become a member of the channel, all right? All you got to do is hit the little join button, and you're good. Let's get to our next topic. Bobby, I got to ask you this shit. I have to ask you about this, Bobby. According to Rolling Stones, Aretha Franklin was tracked by the FBI for 40 years. Here's what's in her file. The agency tried and failed for decades to tie the Queen of Soul to extremists. And you know what that means.
Black Panthers.
Or
The Muslims.
the Muslims. From 1967 to 2007, the Federal Bureau of Investigation methodically collected information about Aretha Franklin using false phone calls, surveillance, infiltration, and highly placed sources. According to the documents obtained in September by Rolling Stone, Franklin's file, FBI file, first requested via the Freedom of Information Act on August 17, 2018, is 270 pages long, peppered with phrases like black extremist, pro-communist, hate America, radical violence, and militant black power, and overflowing with suspicion about the singer, her work, and the other activists and entertainers with whom she spent her time. Some documents are heavily redacted, and others indicate that they may be additional information in the FBI's possession. Rolling Stone has requested that FBI make available any and all additional records.
Man, look. So I done been in the entertainment game since I was 17 years old. I'm 52 now. I'm here to tell you what I know. No drama, this is what I know. If you have made it in this game, the CIA or the FBI or some acronym thereof is 1 or 2 degrees away from you. They're very close. I know a cat right now. All of us know this cat. Let's just say this cat was big in gangster rap, and he's still used to this very day. Mm-hmm. I used to date his handler now. His handler now, her brother's the FBI.
His handler?
His handler, my nigga. Now, I'm not going to say no names because I'm not going to be disrespectful, but if you could imagine somebody huge in the gangster rap era from the beginning, and he's still dope to this very day, he's still relevant. His handler now, her brother's in the FBI. If you have made it in this game, you are definitely a puppet for the game, period. And look, everybody wants to make it. I'm an entertainer. I want to make it. But you know, that's a hard mountain to climb, and the obstacles that you have to surpass to get to the top of that mountain, you are going to deal with these agencies that run this country because they want you to be their mouthpiece.
Bobby?
Well, I remember years ago, I was sitting at Jim Brown's house, and he said, "Bob, I'm gonna show you something." And he pulled out the dossier from the FBI on him. And it wasn't redacted. It didn't need to be because they made certain associations because of his relationship for 60 years with Louis Farrakhan. And he said, "Let me tell you something, man. I have become comfortable knowing that there's certain things that I will never accomplish because of the company that I've kept." His relationship with Malcolm X and how close they were was somewhat presented during the movie One Night in Miami.
One Night in Miami. Yeah.
Okay. And you spoke of Aretha Franklin. Aretha grew up in Detroit in a time where the city blew up.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And she made certain conscious decisions just based upon how she felt comfortable in her own skin. Because when everybody was processing their hair and laying it down, Aretha was wearing a fro.
She had a fro.
And it caused a lot of problems with the perception of what they wanted to project about
politics,
her.
Identity
And,
politics.
and then, again, the company that she kept. So it's not surprising that they wanted to put her in a certain box. And we can tie that all the way to this young boy that got gunned down here in Los Angeles. Yeah, because we still want to project that that's the lifestyle that's worth dying for. And that there's some honor in getting killed over some jewelry. You see? So they're going to continue, like Kodak Black and all these folks that do these crazy things. They get all of the attention, and they eventually get most of the shine with respect to the young people. So it's very important that they maintain that persona that if you're a black celebrity, you need to stay in that clown category.
Whoa.
Okay, you don't want to be associated with any form of dignity, any form of respect and camaraderie amongst your people. And that's just what's going on. You know, that's what's going on.
So really quickly, Dwight Johnson, thank you so much for the super chat. And then I want to highlight this brother right here, Shaman Ra. Shaman Ra has become a first cousin by adding a membership, becoming a member to the Zo What Show channel. He has become a first cousin, and Shaman Ra has been acting up the last
Shaman Ra was over at
couple
Real
weeks.
Nagas the other day. I saw that too.
Shaman Ra dropped like $200 on the super chat.
Shaman Ra was,
Shaman Ra, good looking.
Yeah.
You hooked me up the
So
other day.
we appreciate it,
Shout out
brother.
to Shaman Ra.
Shaman Ra, thank you for becoming a first cousin. That's how our memberships are set up. Join the membership, man. The memberships is little to nothing, man. Jump in here, man, and become a member of this channel. Let's continue today's discussion. They followed Michael Jackson and never found anything wrong.
Huh?
They didn't find nothing. Followed Michael Jackson for 10 years. Didn't find nothing. Didn't uncover nothing. So let me tell you a little bit about what the fuck is happening, in my opinion. See, especially with technology, because governance is about controlling, containing, and scaling in the direction you want it to go.
Yes, sir.
Right? Technology says, fuck that. I'm a double and triple every fucking 2 weeks. And the rules your ass made for these motherfuckers for 2 weeks ago don't apply now.
It's obsolete.
It's obsolete because the technology done changed the game. So they have to fucking monitor and control what is released, technologically speaking. Do you know a technological advancement can come out and make everybody rich? That will fuck off the dollar. That fuck off
Instantly.
the whole economy. That's what they did with YouTube. Early YouTubers was making dumb bread. They said, no, stratify their audience so that they all don't get notified. Right? And make them pay for certain levels of access to their own audience. That's how you slow that down.
That's what J.P. Morgan did with Tesla. Tesla came to him with free energy. He was like, nigga, we can't get paid with this.
It's free.
He was like,
Zero,
free.
0 point energy.
get that shit out of my office.
So you see what's happening here, right? Same with ideas. Same with ideas. Oprah did the same shit. Listen, we're going to use Michael Jackson. I know the nigga dead. Fuck him. This is a movement. She said it on KJLH. It's bigger than Michael Jackson. But his name gives steam
Resonates.
to a mission we pushing. That mission was to take down all motherfuckers who hurt people. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, whoever. Weinstein, all of them, everybody. Okay, cool. Except for certain ones that gave you the funding to go after the, okay, that's something else. Mike, we're going to use him to push this narrative about pedophilia and all this and that. Okay. She said it on KJLA. She said, it doesn't matter. This is bigger than Michael Jackson. Right? I'm going to use his name to push the agenda.
He's a poster child.
So just like you control technology, you can control the thought process. This is why so many goofy people out here are saying, but the movie was good.
What movie?
The Woman King. The action. That shit was good. She was quiet on Weinstein. The action and the way it was written and how it was acted. Yes, that's how you push propaganda. You make it excellent in its presentation.
Well, the same thing happened with The Color Purple.
Come on, Bobby.
I mean, there was outstanding performances across the whole movie to the point where they were too good. I mean, how could any reasonable person like Mister? I mean, it was just horrible, you know.
Danny Glover played that shit real
Oh,
good.
my Lord.
TTT played his role so great.
Played that role.
All these cats became credible, you know, in the roles that they portrayed. And then it was followed up with Waiting to Exhale. There was a string of situations based upon what people went and saw at that movie where guys got their cars blew up and their clothes thrown out the window and all that. I mean, you know.
First off, that is traumatic violence. Just because you niggas went and got a haircut after the breakup, you think you can go set a nigga's property on fire? That's traumatic.
It's toxic.
Toxic femininity.
Okay. Toxic femininity.
All right, here we go. I'm just saying. They followed Aretha for 40 years. They followed Mike for 50 years. You know why? Because these are the original influencers. These are the ones that could change people's minds. Why do you think they called James Brown? Why they called James Brown after MLK died when he had the concert? What did he do?
He went out and calmed these folks down, man. You know, Willie Horton did the same thing in Detroit. People around the country that really knew their power were trying to get the people to understand, look, we all upset, but burning down our neighborhoods is not the answer to this. Even if you don't have a sense of ownership, well, where you gonna go? And you can still find in certain parts of Watts for 50 years, no economic activity. And now you see it, and it's urban renewal is Negro removal.
Urban renewal
Yeah.
is Negro removal.
You got to go. You can't
That shit's
afford to
happening
live
right
there.
now.
All over the city, man.
Motherfuckers who are traditional Inglewoodites, Inglewoodians. These motherfuckers are starting to see these white folks is out here with their dogs shitting on the streets. Listen, these white folks is out here like, oh yeah, this is gonna be nice when we tear all of this down. Like,
Go to where the jungle's at. You
Man.
see it? They done
All of that,
gentrified all of that.
And now that the train is going to start running this week, I believe it is. It's October the 7th, I think.
The
is
train,
today.
yeah.
Now, here's what you're going to see all the way down the corridor of Crenshaw Boulevard. A lot of those stores that were boarded up and you wondering why you don't see a for sale sign, they've
open
been
now.
done sold them. And they're going to begin to activate those properties, and it's going to be with a new wave of businesses that are not a reflection of the old population that stayed in that corridor all the way to Inglewood.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sitting here going, man, that ain't right. Oh, really? What's wrong with people taking their resources and developing property that you let lay dormant for 50 years?
And it comes back to, listen to this. You better speak the language we write for you, nigga. You want a place here? You want a soft space to land? You better speak the language we write for you. Otherwise, you going to be like Aretha, like Michael. You're going to be on the watch list. You really are. All you got to do is ask yourself a question. If I'm saying anything that is remotely outside of the box, how am I allowed to continue to keep speaking?
That's a question.
If you've been keeping it so motherfucking real, how come you're not censored?
I don't quite understand the scope of that question.
What I'm saying is, when you start speaking the real, they gonna come shut you down. They've been doing this shit for years. They've been the
Blow
only
your head off.
Let's do it this or kill you, right? So you look at someone like Farrakhan. You know what Farrakhan is to me? He's Hannibal. Once Hannibal got over the Alps and into the Romagna, into Rome, wasn't shit they could do with him. Say he survived with 3 elephants. 12 of them died in the Alps. He came into the city of Rome with 3 elephants, nigga. They couldn't do shit with him. His military shit, his mind, all. You know what they did? Left him the fuck alone. That's kind of how they deal with Farrakhan. Ain't shit we could do. He's in that position.
Hannibal was smacking ass for years.
What I'm saying is, every day I wake up, and maybe y'all see this, I don't see. Maybe y'all see it. This whole digital YouTube world, TikTok, there's a motherfucking agenda happening at a high level.
Yep.
Because niggas don't think for themselves. So the feeding of thoughts, the feeding of ideas and concepts and images, this is what's happening. And what I'm saying, to rephrase it for Bobby, if a motherfucker is not speaking in alignment with the official narrative, he's going to be censored some kind of way. And if he's not, the question becomes, who do you know?
Then he's controlled opposition.
How are you being used? Do you know if you're being used? Talk to me about that, Kev.
Well, their new mode of control is misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. And so this is what they're using to censor at this point. So like there was a lawsuit from lawyers from, or not the lawyers, the attorney generals from Missouri and Louisiana, and they're suing Facebook and some of these other social media companies because they were saying they were colluding with the government in order to suppress speech.
Francisco,
And so they went in and they
you got
found
the article?
they found a bunch of
The Rolling
Facebook
Stone?
texts that said they found a bunch of Facebook texts from people from one of the higher ups at Facebook to the government that said, yeah, we did what you wanted with the disinformation 12. Now what else do you want us to do? So basically there's something called the government action, right? So there's something called the government action. So if a government, you can't sue a private company or a private actor for violating your constitutional rights unless you can prove that that action was initiated by the government. And so now with all of this stuff coming out, well, with that Facebook thing came out, that showed that they said there was a censorship enterprise going on in America. And so now they had like 50-something people from Biden's administration that got subpoenaed. They have to turn over all of their emails that they were sending to Facebook, YouTube, or Google, and all the rest of them because they were showing that they were colluding to suppress your speech. So, and they're calling it misinformation. And so the agenda was misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. So it is a major campaign going on right now. That's part of the campaign. If you can't talk about it, if I can keep you from talking about it, then you can't change it. And so that's the major goal right now. Well, the major goal is trying to move everybody to this one world government. That's part of it. And
also talk about the part that's censorship of speech in and of itself.
Yes.
Damn the narrative. See, because they have multiple ways of pushing your ass into the right direction.
Yeah.
Bobby, we're going to control your narrative. And if your narrative is out of alignment with any of the platforms that we provided, we're going to take your platform.
We're going to shut your shit.
Right.
Or we'll severely limit it. Maybe we won't take
Shadow
it.
ban.
Maybe we'll shadow ban it.
Right.
Right? Oh, but something's going to happen, especially if your platform, because this is what's happening right now in the world. You got a lot of young motherfuckers that's like, fuck it, I quit my job. Right? They call it a soft quitting.
Right.
Right? I'm out. I'm not listening to you. I'm not doing what the fuck you want me to do. But they got a gang of gig work. Right? Uber.
Right.
Lyft. DoorDash. Keep going. It's a lot of them. It's a gang of them. And they're finding ways to make bread.
Hustle culture.
It's a whole nother, I'm not finna do this, right? Again, when you look at motherfuckers out here with the original thought that is not in alignment with what this society says is cool, they'll shut all those doors.
There's a law sitting on Newsom's desk right now that he wants to sign it, but now there's becoming a lot of backlash. They're saying that if doctors disagree in California, and they usually use California laws to spread across the country. They said if doctors disagree with the narrative that's been put out by the main health departments, their license can be taken away from them. Their license can be revoked, which is crazy because you have the whole doctor's thing. The doctor's whole thing is to be able to tell their patient the truth, even if they disagree with the mainstream narrative. Because they were talking about in the 90s, the mainstream collective was to send a patient home with 90 Percocets or something like that. And they were like, we don't ever think that. We don't think that now. But if you had gone, so if that was the main thing today, and if you go against that, then your license would be taken. So they're trying to shut down. And their whole thing was, their main thing was that if you talked about, you're right. if you talk about the jabby jab, that's actually what the whole thing was about. They don't want you to say anything about that.
In particular.
Specifically,
yes.
They're going to take your life. That was that. They didn't give a shit about none of all the rest of that shit. That was specifically what that's about.
Look, if they following Tinkerbell, Michael Jackson, if they following entertainers, man. See, entertainer better than me. They ain't gonna follow me. Say some shit. I done said some shit.
Oh, yes, you have.
I'm just saying, these motherfuckers are trying to curtail and control the narrative and slow down your access to technology.
Yep.
Because if you had full access to technology, you fuck around and become a trillionaire. No, I said a trillion.
That part.
Motherfucker, Jeff Bezos, how many billions he got?
Bezos, he about 200 billion. And Tesla, Elon got 260. So did you hear about the going back to that? So
Does that make sense to you, Bobby?
No, it doesn't have to make sense.
I'm trying to get you
Because it's really, at this point, man, every day I had to take a few deep breaths just to not give in to the inundation of y'all are all in my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
It took over my other phone. I had to suspend that account. And I know it's all kind of algorithm things going on. And it's enough to just make you say, damn, man, do I have anything that I control?
And the phone can listen to you and
for
take
sure.
pictures or
It's
video
taking pictures
whenever
of
it
you
wants.
all the time.
The phone is alive.
The iPhone is constantly taking pictures of you.
And
They showed that.
And the beauty of that, though,
Right.
is also the tragedy of it. Because the other day, when Biden was out there, I put out a little thing that people on different platforms picked up that I didn't know had access to it. Because I basically asked the question, who's running the show up here, man? Because this man doesn't sit up here and he's talking to dead people in a live press conference, man. And I'm like, wait a minute. How in the hell
Yeah, Biden, he gone.
am I supposed to be listening to
That nigga
him?
gone.
And this man done slipped up and started talking to dead people in a press conference after he done fell off the bicycle trying to act energetic,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, try to act like, yeah.
I mean, it's like, wait a
Anybody
minute,
could have fell
y'all.
off the bicycle. That was but so going back to Joe, you said controlling the narrative real quick, because the story just came out how the CIA funded hip hop in the 80s. And so the CIA dude, he's like in his 80s now, so he was like, I don't give a shit, I'm about to break off. I'm about to tell everything. So he talked about how they had Leor Cohen. They called Leor Cohen the tall
I remember Leor
the tall
Cohen,
Israeli.
yeah.
They called him the tall Israeli, and he was a CIA asset. And he said, this is a quote. He said, our mission was to use teenage angst to to our advantage, and to turn Generation X into a decadent, pro-drug and anti-establishment culture that would create uprisings and further division within society. We even infiltrated mainstream radio to promote their music and reach millions of people every day. That was a CIA agent talking about what the CIA
What
did
was
to fund-
what was the agent's name?
Damn, I'll get the article right now. So, this shit is crazy.
Okay, I'm just
But we can't give into the futility of it, though, because they are still vulnerable, more so now than ever, because they can't regulate everything that they need to continue to control at the level they're doing. Because they done beat us down, man, to the point where you feel hopeless a lot. But at the same time, there's windows of opportunity, man, because they do not have the ability to alter everything at the same time.
they're not omnipresent or omniscient.
But they done put.
But what they are is prepared. A motherfucking high school football team in the Bay Area won 200 football games in a row. What was the name of that school up there? The motherfuckers ain't unbeatable or omnipotent. However, to win 200 games in a row, motherfucker, you prepared. Now that's what they are. And Bobby, I'm not trying to step on your toes here. I'm just saying they're prepared. And if you're not prepared, get in the ring with motherfucking Floyd, man. He got hit before. Niggas that staggered Floyd.
And beat it.
One person has staggered Floyd.
Two people.
No,
One person.
go.
One person.
Two people.
Where was he? When was he staggered? Other than
Sugar Shane, and then
Madonna
not
put some
Jab
knots on
Zuda,
him.
Maidana.
Maidana did not stagger him.
Yes, she did in the second fight.
busted his face
No,
up,
he did
man.
not.
Yes, he
Mayweather
was.
was not staggered at all in that fight.
Yes, the second fight, he got staggered.
I promise you can't
Walking
find that
back to
video.
his,
I
walking
promise
back.
you can't
It's
find that video.
everywhere.
Find that video.
Pull it up, Francisco.
The CIA agent's name was John Homeston, H-O-M-E.
John Holmeston.
The homie.
John Homeston was a retired CIA agent, has admitted this week that National on the national. It was a Russian channel that the CIA, which was behind the creation of the 1980s hip hop scene and financed major hip hop acts, including NWA, African Bambaataa, and Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious Five.
Wow.
But you know, we had talked earlier about the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
All right. They don't like each other.
Who?
The Supreme Court members.
Right.
They got issues
For sure.
internally.
They hate each other.
Okay.
You're right.
Now, the reason that becomes important is,
Right.
even though they build this perception that these people are all, in lockstep, there are fissures. There are gaps in these relationships that can be taken advantage of almost without even trying to, because at some point there's a tipping over of the ship. Okay. And this ship that we've been riding on, called the good ship Jesus, and all this other stuff that's going on that we done bought into, is people are beginning to question this stuff. Look at it, man. This is what done start passing crack around here. What is this right here?
Thank you, yeah.
Crack in the package.
What is this right
Stop
here?
saying people's name on the air, man.
What's his
Say my
name?
name all the time.
Bobby.
What's that? What is toffee? Is that
Crack
toffee?
pack.
Toffee. What's that?
You ain't never had toffee?
Is it real chewy?
Bobby, eat some goddamn toffee. It ain't gonna hurt you. It might be chewy. I don't know.
Okay, anyway, let's move back to the topic. These people are not, they're not all of that, man. They really not, man. And we done went for this and just laid down.
I hear you, Bobby. You always saying white people ain't shit, and they ain't shit.
Niggas are the superheroes of the planet.
Planet. I agree with you.
But we
Niggas
don't
got
buy it.
motherfucking vibranium as melanin. I agree with you, Bobby. But if that mind gone, talk about that mind, Bobby.
It is gone.
Okay.
But here's the problem with that analogy. It doesn't necessarily stay gone, because you can finally just get sick and tired of being sick and tired and start asking questions. That's what's going on across the country right now. People are beginning to wonder if this thing that we call America is still America.
America
It's
been
folks
gone.
that's been wearing Dallas Cowboy jerseys for 25 years, thinking that they gonna finally get over the hump. They ain't won a championship in 25 years, but they're still perceived as America's team.
They sure are.
But that's beginning to fade a little bit because they're like, Jerry. We ain't been in the playoffs no further than the second round in 20 fucking years, man. You know what I mean? There's a breaking point for anything is what I'm saying. And that's my only hope, is the fact that this thing is turning in ways that the universe is going to have a say-so in this.
Right.
That's my best hope, is the universe says, look here,
Hey,
let me
I
just
don't
put
know
this
who
water
the
on them.
fuck Sharif Nash is. But get your motherfucking whole ass out of here if you don't like the show, my nigga.
You talking shit?
Him and a few other niggas. Who's this? Raw Talk, Real Deal. Get the fuck out.
Oh my God.
It's good.
Now, what's that right there you eating?
Sweet.com.
ShepherdSweets.com. That's
What
the
is
same shit you got, Bobby.
Huh?
You got
Oh.
you got.
Okay, all right.
Bobby said, is it chewy?
Anyway.
Listen, let me just say this.
he
It's,
got
to
some
me,
over there.
this
Y'all ain't got
sounds
no
weird,
snacks.
and I'm gonna tell you why this sounds weird. Because every time you start talking about some real shit, they go conspiracy. We got to stop making conspiracy a bad word. I don't know who paid you to do that, but let me just say, how the fuck can you be mad? Oh, I'm tired of conspiracy talk. Wait a minute, hold on, nigga. We're living in the Great Reset.
Literally. Something
That has been put out in the media.
There's a book.
This is the Great Reset. And then you get a parent, you might be a nigga. You could be somebody, a nigga hiding behind a nigga meme. You could be some other kind of person hiding behind a nigga meme, right? But the reality of it is the most disenfranchised, statistically, the most disenfranchised people in America are African Americans. And you tired of motherfucking conspiracy talk when your community ain't got no answers
Right.
for the reset? Bobby done told you, You better get with Wendell Stimley, motherfucker.
You want to work?
You want to work, right? Bobby done came in here with all types of different angles to look at shit, and that's why we respect Bobby.
Well,
But to come in here and say you tired of a particular type of talk, I know your bitch ass ain't came up with no answers.
And if we weren't doing damage, what you were talking about, the Great Reset, the dude, WEF, who wrote it, Klaus Schwab, the WEF hired hundreds of thousands of what they call misinformation warriors. And so it came out, so they basically, to get online and find out who's talking about the Pandeezy and all the rest of that and the jab, and to get in there and counteract anything that they're saying. So they're supposed to get in chat rooms like this when we're doing lives.
And
counteract what the person is saying on TV. So then when it came out, they went to the WEF and they said, did you just hire misinformation warriors? They said, no, they're misinformation volunteers. They called them, they said they're volunteers, and the reason they call them volunteers is liability. If they hire misinformation warriors, then if they say something liable to anybody, they can come back and sue. If they're volunteers, hey.
Why don't we dispel something about this word conspiracy and get down to the core?
It just means whisper.
Yep.
And it means that you agreed with something with one other person.
Yep.
If I agree with you to meet you at the cigar lounge today, that's a conspiracy.
That's a
We have
conspiracy.
conspired.
Right.
Exactly. Great point. Great point. And a very necessary one, because that's what's missing is the conspiracy in our favor.
Right.
We just like-
broad talk, real deal. You can speak. It ain't nothing but love, bruh. What I'm saying is don't co-sign the fuck shit. That's obvious fuck shit. Nigga come here talking about he tired of conspiracy talk. I'm tired of waking up without answers, nigga. What? Listen. Answer me this. All the motherfuckers in here with the answers, because I promise you, I don't have the answers. What you gonna do, Sharif, if that's without the dollar?
Oh, man.
I'll sit the fuck.
Yep.
What you gonna do without the dollar?
And it's falling right now. That's why they making it rain on Ukraine with them bitches.
I'm just asking. What are you gonna do without the dollar? What does your life look like without employment? Because that's what reset means.
Yes.
That is what reset means.
It don't mean, oh yeah, nigga, we gonna shuffle to the deck and then everybody get a new hand. Oh, I got a good hand.
We going
No,
to
we're
zero.
going to zero.
Zero.
That's all I'm saying. It be motherfuckers that want to argue with you. I don't want to argue with nobody because I'm like everybody else. I don't have all the answers. I am looking for answers. I'm looking for intelligent conversation with intelligent motherfuckers. I done seen motherfuckers in here that have read a magazine with an opinion.
Hey, yo.
The niggas got a magazine
Harper Collins.
under their belt, a magazine worth of knowledge.
You said Harper Collins.
So I don't feel like I'm old, but I'm old.
You ain't old.
What I'm saying is, like, I have to be reminded that I'm as old as I am because I don't feel that way. So I done learned a lot of shit, and I could tell when a motherfucker done read a magazine's worth of knowledge. And now the motherfucker out here. Let me ask, does a soapbox come with a magazine's worth of knowledge?
Can you get on the soapbox?
Right.
Is that the prerequisite for soapboxing? It's a magazine worth of knowledge. I don't mind talking with anybody, but just be respectful, man, and share the information. Motherfuckers be talking from the crib on their chat like they at home with a house full of answers. Put the answers out. I'll follow your show.
You got the answers, put them in the chat, nigga.
What they doing with the dollar, Kev? Is it coming or going? Is it gone?
Well, so the dollar being the petrodollar is the reason that it's the most powerful dollar. It's the most powerful currency. So when the stock market crashed, a lot of these countries who had their reserve currencies, who had a lot of reserve currency in the dollar, they got pissed because the crashing of the dollar made their systems crash. So they got together and they said, well, we're going to do away. We're not going to use the dollar anymore as petrodollar. So you got something called the BRICS, which is like Brazil, Russia, India, China, and I forgot what
Korea?
The S is for. I forgot what the other S, Spain or something. I forgot what the other S is for. But these countries came together, and they basically want to do away with America or the American dollar as excuse me, as the fuel currency, the fuel reserve currency. So they came together and they're putting all their money together. So when that happened, when they started using their own money or created their own currency, they had no use for American dollars anymore. So they start sending them back, or they're selling them. So they're either selling them on the open market, or they're sending them back here. If they're sending them back here, that means that's what drives inflation up. So then America's taking them dollars. They got too many in the damn plot. They like, oh, well, who needs some money? Anybody needs some money? Oh, Ukraine, you need some money, nigga? And so they start chipping off Ukraine to keep the dollar up. So that's what's going on right now. And y'all need to be kind of converting money to silver and stuff like that, just to, just on the side, just to keep it balanced. And also they commissioned this central banking digital currency. So that's I forgot the executive order. Somebody will know it in the chat. But yeah, I read it. I read the whole executive order. So they commissioned. So what it says is they commissioned a study to see how viable the central.
What had happened was.
Yeah, it said, well, we want to do a study to see how viable digital currency is for America. What would happen if we went on digital currency dollars? What would happen to the other countries in the world who depend on American currency? So they basically doing all this and said, we need this by this amount of time, showing that they have a time frame for when they're trying to introduce this digital currency. It's on the way. It's called the CBDC, Central Banking Digital Currency. That shit is on the way. And they said actually, so most people think it's supposed to be introduced by December 13th this year. I didn't see that when I read the order. I didn't see that date. However, he does want it now. From when he made the order, it was like, I need to see this in 180 days. I need to see this in 200 and something days. So that shit is popping off.
Bobby, your thoughts about conspiracies?
No, it's really.
And the superpowers of the white man. We don't think the white man has superpowers. I just think the motherfucker's super organization.
Yes.
Well, we spend a lot of time talking about that and not the other elements that we have a greater likelihood of controlling, all right? Because
Give it to us, Bobby.
like this situation down in Florida is a great example of.
You talking about Ian?
Ian, and not just Florida, North Carolina, all that. There were people who were sitting on top of the world, just enjoying the view and all of the excess that they had at their disposal.
Yep.
And they woke up one day and all of it is gone. Yep. And I don't say that out of any particular feeling, but a reality. You can have it all, and within 24 hours, it's gone.
It's gone.
All right, which creates another set of opportunities for somebody else. Right now, with food being, in my opinion, the most important new currency, it always has been. You just take it for granted because it's always at the store.
Right.
But in 24 hours, you can find out, man, shit, it's gone, man. So it's a matter of making adaptations to the environment.
20-something food processing plants and farms this year. And so, to correlate, last year it was only 6. This year it's over 20-something food processing places burned down. One just burned down, another one burned down in Italy like last week. They're trying to cause some type of food crisis so that you can be dependent on a certain amount of people. And then Bill Gates goes and buys up most of the damn farmland in America. He owns more farmland in America than anybody. Then he just bought like another few 100,000 acres. So y'all better know what's going on. Then this nigga said that they wanted to craccinate the animals on the farm, the cows and shit. He said that. There's a video of that nigga saying that crack scenes are good for everything. We can start cracksinating the livestock.
That's
and then he owns Beyond Meat and Impossible. That's Bill Gates. He owns that. So
Meanwhile, niggas is making rat monkeys. Meanwhile,
the
rat monkeys.
Did you see the rat monkey?
Have you seen the rat monkey, my nigga? On the X-Men side of the game?
Please say you didn't see
on the X-Men side of the game, my nigga.
You didn't see the rat monkey? Oh,
live.
Hey, man, I don't want to see no
rat monkey.
Hey, I don't want to see no motherfucking rat.
That is a monkey hybrid, rat hybrid, nigga.
Oh, we here.
Where's he at?
Wait, it look like a bat monkey.
Hey.
That is a rat monkey.
They're going to have that in your supermarket.
What?
Look at that rat monkey.
That ain't real.
Nigga, that's real.
Let me take my glasses off for this.
That is a rat monkey. Look at
What's
his
that?
arms.
What's
Look at
that in his
arms.
mouth? What is he eating?
Just fruit. The fruit off the table. Off the plate.
Y'all
The fruit
motherfuckers
off
lying.
The fruit off the plate. So this fruit, man. Go
Bobby,
look up the rat monkey, y'all.
Look, I got to look at you in the face, Bobby. What you see in it?
What I see needs to be shot. On sight.
Damn right, Bobby.
Look at that damn
Stomped
thing.
out. Stomped out.
I'm telling you, he got to
The
go.
rat
man.
monkey.
That ain't gonna work.
That is insane, y'all.
Even standing like a rat.
Yes.
X-Men. X-Men.
Man, I saw this shit out, boy.
Look at, come on, man.
I almost threw the hell up, man.
So what you want to be hybrided with?
He got to go.
He said he
What
got
type of hybrid you want to be, Zoe?
No, but what's the backstory on that?
We can do this.
genetically modified.
have the technology.
Genetically
I know what we're saying it is, but
what's
is
the
there
utility?
a fucking website where they said, listen, we did this shit and because just to pop some shit up on
I saw this
Instagram ain't enough for me.
You are literally watching it.
But I don't know what I'm watching.
That nigga breathing.
This is a rat monkey with cut arms and
I
shit.
want
Whenever you see a rat with arms, nigga, with guns. They got guns, my nigga. Look at the triceps on that bitch.
Nigga, is that Spotify? What is that?
That's YouTube.
What is it called? A mix of
It's a rat and a monkey. it's a rat and monkey hybrid. It's a rat monkey hybrid.
See,
Go type that in YouTube, y'all. Rat monkey hybrid. Watch it come up.
But
And then-
why
then
would
start
anybody
going
do
up.
that?
It's just genetic splicing. They're going.
Let me just give you
they've
this
been doing
anecdotal
this
story.
stuff.
Listen, 1996, I've been a nerd for a long time. I used to have this little device that sent Reuters information to this little device in 96. Quick story. In 96, 2 weeks, I remember this vividly like it just happened. 2 weeks before the story of Dolly, the cloned sheep, they had said on this little device, humans have been cloned. Do with it what you like. That was 96. Do with it what you like, bro. Do with it what you like. I don't know.
Aggressive Jules.
Aggressive Jules. Just say some shit and then just stop talking.
Do what you want with that.
Well, Bobby, I'm looking at something that Kev covered on his channel. And just because this is a CDC website, it kind of just makes me go, well, goddamn, maybe there's some validity to the monkey bat or whatever that was. What was it?
The rat monkey.
Genetically modified mosquitoes?
Here we go.
what are they trying to do to the mosquitoes?
What is the purpose of having genetically modified mosquitoes, Kev?
They modified them with the crack scene. So they did it. They released 200 mosquitoes in Africa to fight malaria. They said they crackcinated some people using mosquitoes that they genetically modified.
So they fill the mosquitoes up with the joy juice and then release them to a live population of people?
200.
But haven't humans, Kev, been genetically modified in the past 2 years with the crack scene?
Yes. Actually, well, first off, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, they call the new human who's taking the crack scene. They call him Homo Borg Genesis.
That part. The Borg.
Homo Borg Genesis.
The Borg.
Is the people who, because so there's a guy who's suing the crack scene companies, And so in court, he submitted because there's a Supreme Court case that deals with a company called Myriad Genetics that says any synthetic mRNA, if it changes any DNA, that new DNA, which is called cDNA, can be patented.
Right here.
So that's what it's been doing. The Craxine's been doing to people. So he went and sued the Craxine companies, and in there he asked them blatantly. He said, "Is the new DNA that's being changed by the
Craxine.
Is this?" He says, "Are these people now property, or are they property of the people who hold the patents on the crack?" And they didn't deny it. They didn't deny it because the Supreme Court case said that they can.
So on the website here, cdc.gov, it says genetically modified mosquitoes for disease outbreak control. Release of genetically modified mosquitoes is not intended to stop an ongoing disease outbreak. Instead, genetically modified mosquitoes are meant to help prevent disease outbreak.
Sure, right.
Releasing genetically modified mosquitoes over several months can reduce the number of a specific mosquito species. Reducing numbers of mosquitoes that can spread germs can help reduce the chance of an outbreak starting. We do not know the best way to prevent disease. Let me just say this, man. We do know the best way to prevent disease is to control mosquitoes before an outbreak happens.
Make some fake mosquitoes. Genetically modified mosquitoes.
This is happening, Bobby.
Yes.
Right now.
I know this is before your generation. I know y'all used to regular lightning bugs. Remember lightning bugs?
Lightning
Just
bugs.
catch them motherfuckers.
Hey, yo.
When's the last time you seen a lightning bug, Bobby?
Genetically modified lightning bug.
This ain't your generation no more. This is some other weird shit going on, Bobby. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Just wake me when it's over, man. You know, because I'm gonna.
We're going to have to put Bobby in the back.
I ain't ready to run this
Pass
shit.
out real quick, y'all.
Because if I see one of them goddamn rat monkeys, I'm shooting
Man, that rat
motherfucker.
monkey.
Hey,
You gonna catch a hot one, boy. I'm telling you, man.
He going to catch a hot one.
Yeah, you
They
got to
genetically
go.
modified mosquitoes before and released them in Florida to take down the mosquito population. So that's how you know this is real. And so then they're doing it with a Craxine to inoculate people, which is some bullshit. Because they do it without you knowing. They just land on you, boop, got you.
hey, how you going to defend against that?
You can't even defend against
Yeah,
no
man.
shit like
You
that.
can't. They get you some that raid off or whatever. That shit.
So
That
now they
bubble
going,
pellet.
but then they'll adjust to that.
Right.
Oh, so you're using that shit. Okay, well, we'll contaminate that shit too.
Yeah.
We gonna get you.
Gonna
Man.
get you.
Use some eucalyptus oil. That's real good. Or
Do you know how many motherfuckers is allergic to eucalyptus?
but that keeps a lot of bugs away though.
Niggas ain't no motherfucking koalas around here, nigga. It'd be niggas bumped up over that shit, man.
Tea tree oil, eucalyptus oil.
Better find something other than eucalyptus. I know some niggas will be swole up fucking
real,
with
nigga?
that. Hell yeah.
I don't know nobody allergic to eucalyptus.
I know a gang of motherfuckers allergic to eucalyptus.
That's funny.
Allergies.
Let me just say it in the nicest way I know how. Enjoy your 12 minutes of life.
That part.
12 minutes, nigga.
Niggas, can we be honest?
12 minutes.
Listen, they trying to kill folk. I done said this
I'm
now.
trying to take niggas out.
Just get used to it. It's okay. I mean, go have a motherfucker. Fuck this goddamn detox, nigga. I'm finna,
I'm about to go get you some ribs, nigga.
Shepherd sweet, my nigga.
No, I can't do it though. I'm on that detox for real. I started today. This is number 4 for the year. You know, I know when it's time to get back on that motherfucker. I start feeling bad. Like, shit, nigga, You done ate some fuck shit.
That'll do it.
I be like,
Yeah.
whoa. And this is some shit that I used to be immune to. Where I could eat the shit and be like,
Right.
give me another one, nigga. But now,
No more.
I think I had a motherfucking, I had a zinger.
Not the zingers.
You remember the zingers?
Yeah, boy.
Which one? The coconut, the raspberry.
The raspberry with the coconut with the filling in that bitch. I saw one about a month ago, and I was like, hey.
No.
That shit.
No.
I said, you know what?
You got it though.
I'm pretty motherfucking good. I done had all of these detoxes.
No, you ain't.
I'm all right.
No, you not.
I bought that motherfucking zinger, and later that night,
Talk back to you niggas. Stop talking to you niggas.
hey, let me tell you, hey, I
Start
ain't,
boxing your stomach, nigga. Bow, bow.
hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the wildest shit that ever happened to me. I ate that motherfucking zinger, dog. And later that night, I dreamt about The Exorcist. The bitch was in my house. I swear to the motherfucker was in my house.
I dreamt about the Exorcist.
I ate that zinger. And I don't know if it was sleep paralysis. A nigga couldn't get up. The bitch was in my kitchen whispering. Nigga, I was fighting for 35 minutes trying to wake the fuck. Bobby. I said it was that zinger.
Nigga.
You know, you raised a very important point.
There's food cake.
I'm telling you.
I thought I was the only person in the last 30 days that done had a dream that literally scared the shit out
That's
of me.
it. Hey. Hey,
know, you
I
wake
woke up like,
man, you be What the? I didn't want to go to sleep ever again in life, man, if it was going to come out
I
like
turned
that.
on every light in the house, nigga.
Nigga turned on all the lights.
Nigga.
That's hilarious.
Niggas more than
Nigga opening the cabinets and shit. Like,
Nigga.
You weird. Ain't in there.
It was the scariest shit. The bitch was in my house in the kitchen whispering. What the fuck?
hell no.
I couldn't believe that.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
That's how I know it's time for me to get back on the detox, man. Eating the wrong fucking shit. Oh, God. Hey, I want to thank everybody because you guys are doing a great job today. Everybody hitting the like button. I see my moderators in here. I see my new family members, my cousins or whatnot. I see y'all in here hitting the like button, showing your love. Your super chats have been great today. Of course, I have to promote this because it's a big deal. Tavis Smiley and the gang is doing it. And I'm going to tell you, Bobby, I'm not pleased about that shit. But we're gonna figure it out. So let me tell you what's happening on Tavis Smiley's KBLA. I asked everybody to download the KBLA app. Do it now. Download KBLA app. Also, you can download Apple Podcast. You can download Google Play, and you can download Spotify. Search Zoe Williams, Voice of Reason on all of those. Tavis Smiley is doing the radio version of the State of the Black Union. You remember in the 90s, he used to do the State of the Black Union, you know, Dick Gregory. 90s, 2000s, yeah. So he's doing that again for his radio station, KBLA. It's called Agenda for America, an African American perspective. 4 essential conversations, 4 all-star panels. Starting October 6th, you're going to have Aretha Martin. She will moderate State of the Black Woman in America.
That should be interesting.
And then, of course, the following week, October 13th, you're going to have, and these are all Thursdays, every Thursday in the month of October, you're going to have a panel moderated by LA legendary radio personality Dominique Duprima. She'll be doing State of Black Youth in America. And then on Thursday, October 20th, 2022, 7 to 9 p.m. All of these times are 7 to 9 p.m. State of Black Men in America, moderated by Zoe Williams. And I'm going to have Cool Mo D, George Frazier. I'm going to have Dr. James Smalls, Kaba Kamene. We got some heaters on mine, and we're going to talk about the state of black men on October 20th, 2022. And then Thursday, October 27th, 7 to 9 p.m., Why We Can't Wait, The Urgency of Now, moderated by Tavis Smiley. So that's going down. I want everybody to participate in that. I want everybody to show their support. Tonight, I'll be on the air 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got a couple more topics to cover here. Can I get everybody to hit the like button? Everybody show their love. Everybody show their support for the channel. And if you can, and if you have, first off, thank you for your super chat. But if you can and you haven't, please, please, please show your love. Drop some twos and fews in here, 10 spot. Show your love. We would appreciate it. Now, let's get this final discussion going. I got several pieces here. We got a couple of stories. I'm gonna go. Number one, Ian caught my sister off guard. I'm on the phone with my sister for about 35 minutes. I'm watching the news, Bobby. So my whole conversation is, get the fuck out. Her conversation is, well, they already got to play it a certain way, but when they, declare a state of emergency. So even if it's not really an emergency, and I'm like, you talking like you finna kick it. Do you know how much it costs to take the kids across the... I said, if you don't get the fuck
Right.
out of
Get your ass up.
But now that we're starting to see the details, they're saying the death toll is starting to rise. Ian, it tops 100, according to, today. 100 people died. And we forget sometimes a category 4 is still a monstrous fucking, sometimes
It's only one off the big one.
it's one off like, yeah, so that's a category 4 that rolled through there, and a lot of people have suffered from that shit. And luckily for my sister, she made it out, and everybody's good. I'm able to, still communicate with her, but she was in Tampa. And that's where, a lot of that shit, the landfall of that shit happened. But more than 1,600 people have been rescued from Hurricane Ian's path in parts of the Southwest and Central Florida. Bobby, ain't really nothing you could do to prepare for a natural disaster. Like, you can buy, like, I got the little bug out bags and, little knives and gadgets and light. If a motherfucker hit here, Bobby, and they say not if, but when that motherfucker hit here, will we be able to scurry together and be okay? Or, because it's different. This is a different animal over here.
Well, we're more susceptible for earthquakes.
That's what I'm talking about.
And no, it ain't gonna be enough time, really.
No.
It ain't gonna be enough time. It is what it is. And I guess, again, one thing that I look at is the appreciation of each and every day, and try to max out what you do in
this is
accordance
like-
with your beliefs, man. Because
That's wise words.
it's easy, man, to just get paralyzed with all of the what ifs right now. You know what I mean? And we forget the moment, man, and to just try to do what you can do right now. And if you get to see another day, jump into that one with the full vim and vigor you got left. And you know, anticipate being around a lot longer, possibly. I ain't in no hurry to get out of here, but who's to say tomorrow is the end of the line? Or today
Bobby
is
is
the end of the
saying,
line?
we live in the land of don't worry about it. It's over. That's pretty much
it, man.
That's what Bobby said. Pretty much, nigga, it's over.
I mean, it's the same with if there's ever a nuclear thing, man. I mean, it's a scorched earth, all right? And who want to live? If you're here, what kind of life is that, man? You know.
If it was a big earthquake in California, though, it's probably gonna be man-made because we have
It's already man-made.
we have miniature earthquakes all the time, and so basically big earthquakes happen when tension builds up between the plates, and then they have to relieve the tension. But we have miniature earthquakes all the time that's constantly relieving that pressure. So they were talking about, like, for us to build up that type of pressure, we would have to have a period of no miniature earthquakes relieving the pressure. Then it builds up. And then
Well, we got a larger problem, particularly in the
minute, that sounds
Baldwin Hills area there. Those foundations are cracking all over the place up there, and it's become prohibited to even get insurance in Baldwin Hills because they fracking right across the street. Okay, and that has caused a lot of people.
You're right. So a lot of the earthquakes are being man-made by the fracking.
Yeah, that's a serious problem.
I think a friend of mine who's a real estate agent told me that the homes and all of the Malibu and the shit right on the ocean, on the water,
Right.
can't be insured.
They can't afford it, man. It's
No, like literally, what the fuck would you insure this for? It's going to die.
That coastline is going to go somewhere.
It's,
It's not
don't-
going to be
the
there
nigga.
eventually.
you might go with it if you happen to be at home.
Because it's not like you can rebuild after
Right.
the ocean
Right, the
swallows
ocean,
it.
right. The ocean
You're like,
comes back.
it's not like we can go back to the same spot
You
and
gonna bail out the ocean?
That's what does happen down on the Florida coastline right now, man. It's gone. That's gone. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah,
well,
get it in, man. That's what I can tell you. Get it
you
in.
better live, nigga, because when that bitch starts shaking, boy.
Yeah, that's a wrap. It is a wrap city.
Oh my God! All right.
Were you out here for the one in
Northridge.
Yeah, the North Ridge.
Oh,
one?
yeah,
You was
yeah.
out here?
I was
Oh, yeah.
actually in Atlanta.
Where are you?
When it
I was here.
No, I was
that
here.
shit was
I was in
hell.
Woodland Hills.
I was in Inglewood on the 6th floor
what?
when it hit because I had a deadline, man.
What
And
year was that?
92. Was it 94?
94. I was in
The
Atlanta.
building started doing like it's right here, man.
The buildings was doing this, bro.
And I'm like, oh my
Mine was going like
Lord,
this.
man.
Pop, 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 pop. That shit was
the craziest shit I've ever
blah,
been through.
blah, blah, blah.
You have never experienced time standing still till
Man.
you've been in an earthquake.
Man.
But that's what it is. See, that's exactly what it is. All the natural disasters everywhere else got warning.
Earthquake.
Hey, this little motherfucker is right over here, but he ain't gonna be a little motherfucker in 3 days. He moving 12 miles an hour. The motherfucker, that shit don't happen here.
No, it just pops
We could be
off.
talking 2 seconds from now. Ain't no phone calls. It's nothing. I remember one time we was in the studio up on Lancashire with Cool Mo D. And we was in there, we was supposed to be recording. And Mo D's an old paranoid nigga. And Mo D like, that earthquake must mean this shit ain't supposed to happen. You know, he one of them kind of niggas. We in there, man. And Mo's getting ready to do his thing. And that motherfucker, it wasn't one of the jolty ones. Because you know you got the jolty,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then you got the rolly.
Yes.
It was a rolly. But when I tell you, we all ran the fuck out the studio. We were on Lancashire in Burbank.
Oh, yeah.
We run out the studio. Mo D is in the middle of the street.
Get away from the poles.
When I tell
Get away from the poles.
Yeah, get away from the poles.
Hey.
Anything falling?
When I tell you the illest shit I ever saw was the entire block rolling
Come on, man.
back and forth.
When the earth
It looked
moves
like
under your
water.
feet, yes.
It was like,
Yes.
Yes. It's
Bruh.
crazy.
It
yo.
puts you in
said-
your place is what it
It's
does.
crazy.
Modi said, hey,
Put you in
nigga, I'm
your
calling a
place.
cab, I'm going home.
I'm going to New York, nigga. It is no joke for sure.
Yeah, I remember that shit. I was out of town.
Oh man, lucky you, bro. Lucky you.
No, the rest of us got memories that will not go
Okay.
away, man. I'm telling
That shit put me
you.
in my place.
Never.
Shook me up.
What?
Bobby,
Yes.
what about Counter Punch, man? What's happening with that?
Here's what's going on with Counterfeit. We were supposed to have launched in conjunction with the fight on November the 19th. And subsequent to that, we are having to reshuffle the deck somewhat, which is actually, frustrating to say the least, but it's also giving me time to work on some things a little closer to my control, like getting a couple of other projects out the door. And that's what I'm gonna have to do, man. I hate, setting things up and then not being able to deliver in that time.
What happened to our guy, Ortiz?
Victor is engaging in some things that he has chosen to do.
You
That
got some stuff going on.
I can't.
Yeah, you gotta say. As soon as you start talking like a politician, I understand. We ain't got to say nothing else.
He has to do.
Right, we living in a real perilous time, man, and when you got children, and you got ex-wives and all that kind of stuff, man, it can complicate things very, very quickly.
Very quickly.
Okay, and to the extent where I said I was gonna stay, but I just got a note that I got to get
saw
out
the
of here.
text.
Yeah,
Go home, Bobby.
I got.
We about to wrap this up in 4 minutes anyway.
No, it ain't even 1 o'clock.
We gonna end at 1 o'clock. You didn't even know that, did you, Bobby?
That was funny. But I do need to bounce, man. And some good things are going to happen as soon as the weather break.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. So it's always good being in the
We
company.
love you, Bobby. Be safe, man.
Yes, I'm gonna get cracking here, man. All right, brother.
So listen, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Just remember to support all of the Black-owned businesses we put in front of you. We love having this kind of laid-back discussion with y'all. Again, where is this? Booyah. This right here. He is risen.
Real.
If you want yours, all you gotta do is cash at me. $sign Oh What Netter. I will mail it off tomorrow. Please make sure you email me your mailing address. VOR106@gmail.com. VOR106@gmail.com. Don't forget to get your copy of the Shrouded Lighthouse book at theshroudedlighthouse.com. The 1-year anniversary is coming up on October 5th. Support. Beal Sauce, Total Package Energy, BealSauce.com, TotalPackageEnergy.com. Shepherd's Sweets. You guys can take the majority of this shit. I'm not going to eat none of it. They say you look like the dude that fight karate and I'm going to get you sucker. What's killing me is I'm just saying every time I'm just bugging, man. Like every time your hair takes on a different, spirit, the motherfuckers.
That dude was an American Ninja too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Niggas will find a new black character for you. That's what they said. So what if you want 2 bottles? Then pay for 2 bottles.
Yep.
So 2 bottles, $60 plus 2.
He said 60 plus 2.
Well, I thought it was
That's 120 plus 11. That's 131 for 2 bottles. 60 plus 2, 120 plus 11 for the shipping and handling. I got to make sure you get your shit because the post office motherfuckers be stealing. Kev, tell them what you got, brother.
Yo, police stop law package. You guys you're tired of police kicking your ass, messing with your children. Go to realnagas.com, order the Great Book of Melanin Research. I will give you the police stop law package for free. Comes with the Know Your Rights manual, public official bonds book, so that you can sue police officers or place claims on their bonds when they violate your rights. Comes with a deck of police stop flashcards and the constitutional rights cards and notice and qualified immunity notices, which you give the police officers at the police stop, and you tell them I don't answer questions. If you want that for free, go to realnagas.com, order the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy, not the digital copy, the hard copy, and you get that for free. If you want the police stop law package just by itself, go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and just order there. You can order all the other components of the package there too. But also, if you want to volunteer, we're getting so many volunteers. We love it. People are starting to learn that you got to start knowing your rights, especially what we were talking about today. They're coming for you. The first one, that's the beginning of revolution, is you talking back, you speaking up about what's wrong about society, what's wrong with the government is doing to you. If you don't have that, then you don't have anything else. So get up, start learning your rights. That's going to be the foundation of what's coming in the future. So knowyourrightsfoundation.org. If you want to learn the law, we're teaching you for free. So just come, bring yourself, and we'll teach you the law.
And then, of course, I'm going to get you, sucker.
Dirty mother.
Don't you say that.
You know what? I'm here to get people to be healthy, to help you be able to run from the people when they come for you,
You need to be able to run. Come on, man. You need to be able to run, nigga.
You better be healthy. You better get the fuck out if they come after you because you got the weed juice up in you. But anyway, it's about getting that good nutrition in your diet. Get the sea moss, get the vitamins, get the minerals, which come from fruits and vegetables and nuts. Vitamin orange chicken is good for you every day. Your melanin always needs fruits, seeds. Seed of life.
You can say vitamin C, man.
Huh?
You can say vitamin C.
But I still like saying orange chicken. You know what I'm saying? So you want to have all the things you need in your life. Hydration, celery, coconut water, watermelon juice. You want to have turmeric. You want to have all these elements you need as far as being healthy. Vitamin C, fruits and vegetables for, you guys are always trying to do something. Vegetables to heal yourself.
Who? What you talking about?
For energy, vegetables to heal, fruit for energy. Shop at wejuice.com. We have different varieties, 3-day cleanses, weight loss programs, 6-pack energy, detox, immunity, recovery. We have all these different programs. We have we have shots, the wellness shots. So visit our store, wejuice.com. We live, we love, we juice.
Yeah. We live, we love, we juice.
And then, of course, my brother.
Hey, yo, for your listening pleasure, go check out Jazzmatics. The album is called This Is Jazzmatics. Streaming everywhere.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. I will see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on KBLA Talk 1580. Also, if you have any relationship topics you think I should cover, just email me, vor106@gmail. This your bag?
No, it's my bag.
You left this?
Oh, you left the guy.
Hey, just email me, all right? And we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, all right? We appreciate everybody for tuning in. All right, then, y'all, we out. Deuces.
Peace.